What's going on, guys? Today I'm back at Edmonton Eagles Boxing Club. This is Flash Fitness. I'm Chris Evangelou and this is my mate Anthony, amateur boxer. Today we're going to be demonstrating how to slip to the right. Let's get into it. Hey guys, so as I was saying, we're learning the slipping to the right today, which is also known as the outside slip. Why is it the outside slip? Because if the opponent is throwing a jab, Anthony, please throw a jab. So Anthony's gonna throw the normal jab. So when I'm slipping to my right and also outside of his body. All right, if he throws another jab and I slip to my left, it's on his inside, because that's inside his line and that's where I would counter from. So today we're going to focus on me slipping to the outside, all right, and that's what we're going to do. So we're going to now learn from the floor up, from footwork to where your hands and head should be while we're slipping. Right, when we are slipping to the outside, a lot of the rotation is in the front foot. Okay, so when we slip or slip to the outside, the front foot heel rotates outwards, and this knee turns as if it's pointing or trying to point to your other knee, your back knee. Okay, so that's how it should look when you're slipping. So there, so kicking your heel out. Okay, which what will happen is that will allow your hips to then turn and also bend your knees. Front shoulder comes down and rotates. Left hand stays up because you never want to slip with your hands down. Okay, so here, rotate and off the center line, because obviously the whole purpose of the slip is to get out of the way of a jab or a straight shot. Okay, so if Ant can now throw the jab, and I'll show you the first part. So if you throw the jab and I've slipped, can you see my front heel is out, my knees are a little bit bent, my hips rotate, my shoulders come down, left hand is up, the right hand doesn't stay here, it's there ready to load for that counter. Chin is always down, and also one other key thing, don't look away from your opponents. When people are slipping, sometimes they turn and they look away and now they're blind to their opponent. So in order for that not to happen, just literally keep your eye on them. Okay, so if you throw your jab again, so here. So can you see, I can see where he is now if I want that counter, and obviously to counter from this side will be the straight right. So then we go back to that right that we learned, boom, and we throw that right hand out. So that's the counter shot. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna move around a little bit. Anthony's gonna throw the jab and I'm gonna be slipping always to the outside for today. Okay, so I'll get my gloves on, 2 secs. Okay, so I've got my gloves on. So as long as you learn one attack, so the jab for example, and now the slip, you could do partner work. And what that does is it raises your level of knowledge in order to perfect what you've learned, all right? Especially with good boxers like this guy. All right, so hands up. All right, so Ant's gonna throw the jab first, I'm gonna slip, and then I come back, and then I throw the jab, and Ant slips. Good, to my outside again. Very basic drill that you could do with your partner. Okay, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move around a little bit. So I will throw the jab first, so I'll say I'm A, Ant's B. So A will throw the jab first, Ant will slip. I won't get a response from Ant until after maybe 30 seconds. So all Ant's gonna be doing is slipping, all I'm gonna be doing is throwing the jab. Just makes it a little bit easier when you're doing drills. key thing as well to let me just take this off. Okay. Woo. All right, so a key thing as well, a key point I want to raise is that when you're slipping, a lot of people are thinking they're just getting their head out of the way, right? Well, what I like to tell people, and my guys, is don't just think about getting your head out of the way. Think mainly about your shoulder coming out of the way, getting out of the way, because then that way, if your shoulder barely makes it away from the punch, your head is definitely going to be out of the way. So for example, if you throw your jab, and I feel I'm going to just think about my head moving out of the way, and you throw your jab, I might still get grazed a little bit as I'm getting my head out. But if I think about my shoulder, so for your jab, I'm definitely out of the way. So it's a safer way of thinking. So think about your shoulder rotation when slipping, not getting your head out. Okay? And it's all to do with rotation. Rotation with your feet, your knees, your hips, shoulders. Alright guys, later we'll talk about combinations and counter punching from the slips. Great, cool, this is Dan, I'm your boxer, got a fight coming up, and I'm Evangelou, Flash Fitness, and you've been great. Thanks for watching.